This one. Get him. Go for him. Get him. Go for him. Get him. I need to find Quentin. Quentin! Quentin! Look at me! Thank the Founder. He hasn't turned. I'm going to get you out of here. Welcome back to the land of the living.
Is Lostwing?
The flood has filled the valley.
I see. Then all is at an end. A strange way to achieve one's life's ambition.
No, Master Quentin. Save your strength.
Why? All that I strove for is gone. Only emptiness remains. I have nothing left to live for.
What the heck are you on about? You've got us, ain't you? Don't try telling me you only freed us so you could get revenge. We're more than that to you, and we all know it.
I thought you weren't coming back. But I prayed, and you did. There's got to be a reason for that, right? Can't we just go back to how it was? You know, you looking after us all.
Your work ain't over yet, Master Quentin. We believed that you were the right man to lead us, and we still do.
Your village may be lost, but it seems your people aren't. So long as you remain to guide them.
But why? After what why would anyone follow me?
'Cause we're family, aren't we?
Family?
Yeah, and all our comrades who went with you, they felt the same. Lostwing weren't just a village. It was all of us.
It was. And as long as we're still here, it is too.
We can start again. Build a new Lostwing, right here in the Bales.
A fresh start. One life ends, and another begins. Why just a village? We could build towns. A nation, even. What's to stop us?
That's the Master Quentin we know.
Please. I am nobody's master. Quentin will suffice. After all, we are family. Permit me to withdraw my request. I will no longer be needing your help in looking after my people.
I'll pretend you never asked.
But you must be rewarded for your efforts on our behalf. You saved my life twice over. And more besides.
A bottle or two of your finest red will suffice.
Of course. Nothing but the best. And I have a feeling that this year's vintage will be the finest yet. If you don't mind waiting, that is.
I look forward to it.
They are right, you know. Lostwing can be rebuilt. It was more than a mere village. More than a staging ground for revenge. It was a vision of how life might be, of how we who have suffered can come to find family again.
What's happened? If we're going to do this, we'll need help.
Clive, your timing is impeccable. It just so happens that right at this very moment, we're in need of someone with your talents.
And what talents would those be?
Why, your fearlessness and your skill with a blade.
I'm listening.
Well, as I'm sure you're aware, when these dark skies swept over the Republic, so too did a wave of chaos and confusion. Randalar has been particularly badly affected. Many of the capital's bearers have lost their masters, or taken the opportunity to flee them. None remain free for long, of course. Most find themselves under the protection of the Fist before they get far. But the army too is in disarray, and finds itself unable to provide for its new charges. Which means it has been looking to sell.
And you've been looking to buy, to make sure these masterless bearers remain that way.
Precisely. It's the perfect opportunity to free dozens more, and for an attractive price, no less.
So where does my skill with a blade come in?
Though we may have the funds to buy these bearers, we have nowhere to house them. So we've been searching for a place where they can be resettled. Somewhere far from the prying eyes of those who would see them enslaved once more. And we believe we have found one. Cashlock. A small hamlet hidden in a canyon. The place was abandoned a long time ago, but when the men moved out, the beasts moved in.
And so we seek the aid of a fearless swordsman to encourage them to look elsewhere. You'll help, won't you?
How could I refuse?
Excellent. Theo, if you wouldn't mind making arrangements for the transportation of our guests, as we discussed.
Of course. Leave everything with me.
Sounds like you'll have your work cut out for you.
I will. We have an entire village to stock and furnish. Residents and all. Even if I begin right now, I'll be working day and night. So I'd better get started. Try to clear the place out before the wagons roll in, won't you?
I'll do my best.
You will find a village in Chairdra's Thread, past Lateney's Cleft. My man there will open the gate for you.
All right. Wish me luck.
I'm sure you won't need it.
What are you looking for? You're welcome anytime.
Please, a piece of fruit.
I haven't sold anything in days. I showed you my past. What more do you want from me?
Just between you and me, we lost contact with the forward camps a while ago. Till we know more about the situation in Twinside, the gates are staying shut.
Gripe about it.
Let's go. This must have been a nice place once. It will be again. This one. This one. Over here! This one. Get him. This one. Over here. Get him. Let's try. It's over. Over here. Stay down. Go to him. That's all of them. Come on, Toggle. Let's head back to Boklad. Ambrosia won't help me here. Not here.
Ready, go?
All right. Something the matter, Theodore? Quiet.
Those are our terms. I trust that you will give them your full consideration.
I shall. Thank you.
Him again.
Someone you know?
Yes. And, no. But enough about him. How did you fare down in Cashlock?
It's done. The village is safe now.
You made quick work of it, as always.
I should go and let Eloise know.
Don't let me keep you. But Clive, don't tell her I was watching her, will you? She'll only get upset. I'll explain everything once you've finished with your report.
All right. We'll speak then. Eloise, I just got back from Cashlock. The village should be safe now.
Thank you, Clive. Here, something for your trouble. Well then, now that you have laid the groundwork for our little project, I suppose we'd better finish the job. The first thing we'll need to do is make sure our offer for the bearers is accepted.
You're still in negotiations?
We are. A trusted colleague has been dealing with the Fist on our behalf, but things have been trickier than we anticipated. I suppose it's to be expected. This is the army we're dealing with. Fighting's what they do. But we shall emerge victorious in the end.
Well, if you need any help, you know where to find me.
I'm not sure I do. But thank you, all the same.
Ah, Clive.
You wanted to talk?
The man I was watching earlier, the one speaking to my sister. He represents the Silver Peak Consortium. It's one of the bigger trading houses.
I don't think I've heard of them.
Well, every trader in Dhalmekia has. They operate across the length and breadth of the Republic, and they're still expanding. They've been trying to get Eloise to join their ranks for some time now, and judging by her reaction earlier, I'd say she had half a mind to accept their latest offer.
And you'd rather she didn't?
I would rather she did what makes her happy. And I would never deny her such an opportunity. Eloise saved me from slavery. And we have striven to save others like me ever since. But this was not the life my sister wanted, nor the one she deserves. I won't let her give up on her dreams again for my sake. She freed me from my bonds, and she must be freed from hers in turn.
You're a good man, Theo.
I have always been grateful for what my sister did for me, and I want to repay the favor by letting her live her own life. But each time an opportunity to do just that arises, she turns it down. For my sake.
She loves you.
And I love her. Which is why I want this time to be different. To show her that I don't need to be watched over anymore. Though I'm sure I'll still need some help from time to time. I trust that I can count on you.
Always.
Thank you, Clive. Well then, I had better get back to work. These bearers aren't going to move themselves. That's a job for the Crimson Caravans.
The bandits may be no more, but look what they've left us.
You shouldn't be too hard to find, Goods.
The gentleman of the town guard is...
Could be I know something more.
Clive, listen! I've found someone who says he's heard the rumours about Nan.
Have you?
Go on. Tell him what you told me.
All right. It's like I said. A wizened old crone by the name of Karen's been selling steel to whoever will pay her price, be they knight or knave. Says the more swords and spears she puts in people's hands, the more war they'll wage. And the more war being waged, the more call for swords and spears. And who will they all turn to keep them in steel? Why, the good Reaper herself.
And you've seen this Reaper at work?
Aye, it just so happens I have. You'll find her right here plying her trade most days.
Here in Delamil? Where exactly?
She has a stall here in the market, but if you're not the patient type, you can probably find her at her storehouse on the edge of town. But it'd be a bolder man than me that braved that particular nest of vipers. Feeling bold, traveler? I hope so, for your sake. Now, if that's all, I have places to be.
Sorry to have kept you.
You don't think Nan's the Reaper, do you?
Not unless she's discovered the secret of how to be in two places at once.
Eh? What do you mean?
Lady Karen hasn't left the hideaway in weeks. So who has been running this stall he spoke of?
Good question. I'll go and have a look.
And I'll visit this storehouse on the edge of town.
All right, but be careful, Clive.
You too, Goods.
The finest sell swords in Storm. Fuck! How the hell did they...
The gentleman of the town guard are strapped. What a mess. Where do we...
It has long been my habit to keep a watchful eye on the comings and goings around Dalamil. I shall continue to do so, that our people might be warned of any further attacks. I pray that you continue to play your part too. Not of our fault, but of...
Welcome. My comrades and I... And defend Dalamil we shall. I always knew. Meanwhile... Proof, if any more were needed. But something tells me we are ever in your debt, Sid.
You fought very bravely. The safety of the town is in our hands now.
Time to brave the Viper's Nest.
Just you, is it? Thought I might have laid it on a bit thick.
It was a fairly unconvincing tale. So, what now?
That's up to you. Die a slow death, or a quick one. Boys, he's all yours. But that sword is mine.
Leave now and we can pretend this didn't happen. Stay down.
Oh, you've done it now.
Go on. Tell me what I've done.
When the Borgwyn finds out you've killed his men, he'll have your head. He only wanted that bull of a manservant, the dim one always clinging to Karen's skirts. You weren't even supposed to be here. Who the hell are you anyway?
What were you going to do to him?
The Borgwyn wanted him to get to Karen. I was only supposed to point the lamp in the right direction once he arrived in Dalamil. But then you turned up. Well, go on then. If you're going to end me, end me.
You're not worth the effort. Now be gone, before I change my mind.
Fucking coward!
I need to find Goods. Right now.
Get your filthy paws off me, you naughty-pated lout!
Stop calling me names! And stop spreading them horrible lies about Nan!
Well, that will be easy enough. For they are not lies. Every last word is true. And she must pay for her crimes in blood.
Blood?
Goose, are you all right?
He's gonna kill Nan! He said she had to pay in blood!
After what she did, it is only right. She ruined my life and the lives of countless others. That loathsome harpy's very existence is a crime, and I will not allow it to continue. Goots, was it? I have no quarrel with you. Only with your employer. Run along now. You need not pay for her sins.
No.
No?
I don't care what she did. I won't let you hurt Nan. Promise me you won't hurt her, or I'll kill you myself!
Goot, no.
Enough, all of you!
Karen. But how did you?
You're a sight less clever than you think you are, the pair of you. Did you think I wouldn't notice the two of you slinking off together? Well, the whole thing got me thinking, who in Dalimil might bear me a grudge? And a certain snivelling shit I ran afoul of in my fairy years came to mind. Though it was just Bogan back then, wasn't it? I thought the years might have taught you some sense, but I see you're the same pants-pissing craven you've always been. What was it we called you? Wet legs?
You bitch! Everything that happened, it was all your fault! And now you'll finally pay for what you did to me!
Goots, you...
If you want a piece of Nan, you'll have to go through me.
Fuck!
You great galoot. Out of the way, I can handle this myself. So, wet legs, you remember what you told me when we last met? An eye for an eye. Wise words, Sam. Wise words. And now, it's time to collect. Sorry to keep you waiting.
Is he...
Dead? No. But I reckon he wishes he was. It ain't easy going through life one eye short of a pair. After all, I should know.
You don't mean...
Oh, don't tell me you didn't notice. Lost it to old Wet Legs back when we were working the same routes. Said I'd stolen from his strongbox. I'd done nothing of the sort, mind. But that didn't stop him taking his little revenge. So I took some of my own. Sorry, lost everything. His coin, his clients. Always knew he'd be back one day to claim his due. But he crossed a line dragging poor Goots into this. He didn't hurt you, did he?
No, Nan. Still got all my arms, see? Legs too. But what if he comes back again?
What if he does? First we take the other eye, then we work our way down. He'll learn his lesson soon enough. But something tells me the Wet Legs has learned it already. Right. Let's get you back to the hideaway. You've attracted quite enough attention already. Ta-ra, Clive.
Remind me never to cross you, Karen.
Clive. Just the man I was hoping to see.
Oh?
You remember how some of Sir Wade's guardians took up residence here after the Akash? Well, now the rest have come to join him. Seems their barracks in the Lazarus have been... Now, I don't mind having a few more brave boys around to keep them animal, but we ain't got nowhere for 'em to bed down. Poor buggers are having to make do with haylofts. I'd build 'em a new barracks here if I could. But where would I put 'em? They're just... Which leaves us in a bit of a pickle. The people we're counting on to keep...
I see.
And it isn't just that lot. There's been more and more of them turning up lately, coming from all over, but there's only so many we can shelter with the room we've got. We can't keep cramming more and more people into less and less space. What we need is a new home, and that's what I was hoping you might help me with.
It's no bud.
Thank you, Clive.
So, where were you thinking of?
Well, I reckon we could...
Eastpool. It's been a long time since I thought about...
It was a tragedy, and if any of us could have done anything to stop it, what's done is done. And those who lived there...
I suppose you're right.
The blight might be pressing in, but I reckon it's got a good few... There's just one problem. A band of cutthroats have made it there. Nasty bastards they are too. Would have sent someone to clear them out soon, but now we've got a few more guardians of the flame to call on.
I do. Eastpool was once home to people I love.
And I know the men will gladly... I've already shared a few thoughts with Sir Wade about... And I dare say he's got some ideas of his own.
Of course. All right, Sir Wade. Let's hear your plan.
I'm all for making this town a welcoming.
Have you heard the latest from Twinside? That the Empress is no more?
My lord Marquis, is that you? It is you. I am Sebastian...
Of course. We met...
Yes, my lord.
And what was so sensitive that you couldn't put it...
1,000 apologies, my lord.
It's all right.
I am here at Martha's Rest, tasked with learning what I am able... And what I have learned is grim. The subsequent darkening of the heavens, the gears of governance, the realm threaten. Your lord uncle, however...
That sounds like...
It is. Hence my...
Alas.
I have lost contact with... They are both able-bodied and...
So you want me to find them? I'll need to know where they...
One I sent...
That doesn't exactly narrow it down.
Thank you, my lord.
What are you after? Much obliged.
So Wade.
And you, Lord Rossfield.
I spoke with Martha. She tells me you have plans to free Eastpool.
That's right. Though it was... I rather fear my men have been treading on her toes. And then there are the bearers. Men and women who found... We need somewhere to settle them.
As can I. Which is why I agreed to...
That's very kind of you. With you beside us, we shall soon send that...
So?
That thankfully there aren't too many of them. And rather less, thankfully. The road that leads there will A small force would suffice to clear the village.
I'll head into Eastpool and deal with the bat. You and the Guardians can stay outside the village and fend off and make sure I'm not taken unaware.
I can't ask you to bear all that risk yourself, my lord.
The Akashic are the bigger risk.
Well, if I shall summon my men at once.
Shall I wait for you here?
No need, my lord. You go on ahead.
All right.
We shall see you there.
That's the end of that, then. Or maybe not. What's that thing doing here? Doesn't matter. It goes too. Get him! Go, Tor! Get him! Over here! Get him! Tighter! Go, Tor! Go, Tor! Get him! Get him! Any more surprises? I'll take that as a no.
Bravo. A magnificent display, my lord.
You were watching. I thought you were keeping an eye out for a cat.
We were. Put down more than a few on the road.
Let's hope it was the last of its kind.
I would hope so, my lord.
Your men will be bringing the bearers. It might be best to send word for them to come right away.
Of course. I'll send... Leave it with me.
Home. Without masters.
No.
That's all of them. And not a single... Now to begin the important work of rebuild. It won't be easy. Especially not after 5 years of beasts and blackguards having their... The masonry might still be sturdy enough, but half the beams are... It'll take a bit of elbow grease. But we...
So wait. Lady Hannah is buried here. If you don't mind, I'd like Oscar to join the rebuilding effort.
Of course.
I'll let Martha know that everyone... If you need anything more, you have only to send us...
And we will.
Eastpool is in safe hands. Time to go and tell Martha the good news.
Sir Wade told me you got rid of the bat. What's all this about? Some shit? On second thoughts, don't tell me. It'll only give me nightmares of me own.
I suppose it will be.
What else? Sir Wade said it best. There's plenty bad happened to that place. But that don't undo...
Did Wade say that?
Well, something along those lines. Anyway, the poor souls might have made it to Eastpool. So the way I see it, neither is mine. If it's food, or lumber, or strong back...
Thank you, Martha.
No, thank you.
I wanted to.
Eastpool's been in ruins for years, so wonder any of it's still standing. But with a bit of lumber, a lick of paint, and a lot of hard work, they'll make a home of it yet. Eastpool's been in ruins for years.
It's not going to be easy finding one man in an entire republic. Let's hope someone here's seen something.
Mummy.
The gentleman of the town guard.
Someone's got himself in trouble.
I don't see your mask, so you can start by giving us all the cop.
I already told you. Please!
I'll deal with this.
Thank you.
You that one's master, then. If you'd kindly pay the coinios.
Or you can go back to your garrison and I won't...
Oh, you're more than... He hasn't had many visitors since we...
I'd expect as much from Hugo's faithful, but...
Much has changed in the Republic.
You've seen this kind of thing before, then?
Many times. I was sent here to...
You're one of Rutherford's men. He sent me to look for you.
Well, then you have my thanks. I arrived in Dalimil several days ago, but when I called, his men confiscated my effects and locked me...
The captain is no more.
Fortunately, I was able to bribe my way free.
What of the Fist's Central Command? Surely they wouldn't allow such lawlessness.
I would imagine they are unaware of it. Most of the army has fallen back to the cap. Those who weren't recalled now rule the fringes unchecked.
Then it's worse than we imagined. You should return to Rosaria.
I'll find a caravan heading north. You won't mind if I borrow one of these soldiers' coin purses?
Not at all. Now, if he was bound for Oriflamme, I'll start. There's a lot of road between here and the capital. Rutherford's man could be anywhere. What happened here?
If you're with the others, they've already relieved me.
I'm not. I'm looking for someone.
And then you found him. I'm Alistair Rockford, attendant
of the 7 High Houses of Rosaria. It's been a long time. Is she well?
My Lord Marquis? Yes. Yes, she is. I was on my way back from the old capital when I saw some villagers being robbed.
Bandits?
They looked more like field hands. It didn't matter in the end. I did what I...
Which way did they go?
South, toward the gate.
All right. Founder knows I've met enough of their kind. You head back to Northreach. Visit the Vale.
Thank you.
They just couldn't resist, could they?
This one's ours, pretty boy.
Make for the town while you can.
You don't need to tell me twice.
This looks to be all of them.
I thought I told you to...
And stand by, as ill might befall the heir to the ducal throne.
It's just Clive. And I'm fine, which is more than can be said for you.
I will survive.
Strange that the garrison wouldn't intervene in such a...
The garrison have their hands full inside the city. There are few hands left to work the field. The market stalls are nearly bare. And the price for what... When I said the ones who attacked me didn't have the look of bandits...
Rockford, if you are to continue your investigation, you first need to seek the attention of a healer.
I shall return to North, but allow me to thank you.
Don't thank me.
I suppose he'll be wondering. I shall send a Pistolus.
My uncle certainly has his work cut out for him. I should go and tell Rutherford that his colleagues are still in one piece. I see you're still here.
The rest's location affords... Speaking of which, I received word from...
I only happen to be in the right place at the... They both seem to think the realm's...
I am afraid that Storm is in crisis, and we must work...
As it is mine.